As the winter snowboarding season draws to a close and summer approaches to replace all the snow, snowboarders will longingly wait until the next season to shred. If only there was a way to go snowboarding in the summer when there isn't any snow. But wait, there actually is. Not only this, but it's insanely cheap and there are events coming up for it around the world, allowing you to keep practicing snowboarding throughout the year. By taking you on a concrete snowboarding adventure across the UK, I'm going to show you the boundless beauty of this incredible kind of skateboard known as a freeboard, whose extra two spinning centre wheels allow you to reproduce the two edges and spinning centre of a snowboard, making it an absolute game changer for anyone who wants to practice snowboarding over the summer. There's going to be wet pavement, there's going to be great pavement, all kinds of roads, all of which are going to be turned into concrete snow slopes. Join me as we mark a start to the concrete snowboarding season. Let's go. Yo, so this is it. We're going to go to the Bristol and Bath Freeboard event this year. I'm just about ready to leave and I've set up my G3R for the event. I'm very excited to see what we can get and hopefully we can inspire some new freeboard riders. Let's go. The first day of the event was set to be in Bath, a beautifully elegant UK city surrounded by these buildings made of this honey-coloured stone known as Bath stone, which gives the city a very distinctive appearance. It's a city that formed the basis of a few Jane Austen novels, and it's no surprise that it's a World Heritage City. I arrived early to do some warming up before the event started, but the meeting point for the event was a location known as Sydney Gardens, which wasn't always open for skating. In fact, in the 18th century, it used to be known as a pleasure garden.
From millionaires to plow their trophy whores in private.
Which is a kind of garden which is only open for those who can pay to enter. Luckily for us, it's free now and not just for posh people. And so we arrived and we're ready to start turning it into a concrete snow slope. Alright, so we are in Bath for the Freeboard event. The weather was not great. It started off dry and then we've had a lot of periods of rain, but now the sun's come out again. I have no idea what English weather is, but it's kind of crazy. Hopefully we'll get some good riding in though. So let's spread the shred. Let's go. At the beginning, the ground was quite wet, and this makes freeboarding a lot more difficult because you can't put much weight on each edge, which makes it a lot harder to slow down or stop, which is one of the big advantages of a freeboard over a normal skateboard, which is that you can carve and drift away your speed to any degree you like at any time. And this problem's made even worse if you're using the wrong kind of wheels, which was the case for Alex. Sludge. Alex was using wheels known as slashers, which are notoriously bad for downhill or controlling your speed. But as the sun started to come out, this wasn't a problem anymore, and we really got to put the spot to the test. It had been a year since I last rode with everyone from the English crew, one of which was Patrick, who actually taught me one of my favourite freeboarding tricks, which is a spin 180 into switch and then a jump 180 back into regular. Last year he was doing this trick to finish his runs and I thought it looked absolutely awesome, and he actually taught me to do it at the event last year. The easiest way to do it is to do your first spin backside and then to do the jump 180 as a front side. Other than this, just try and take off and land on your toe side and it will be a lot easier. It's a really nice trick to practice, so I highly recommend trying it out. And just for a laugh, here's a little clip of us both trying to do 360s that year. You really do learn a lot more from riding with other people, and I guess that's why these events are so good. Because each rider has their own style and you develop your own style by adapting theirs. And if it hadn't been for that event, there's a good chance I wouldn't have tried all of the 360s last year. And so that's why I asked Patrick for his top tips for a beginner freeboarder. Yo Pat, what's your top tip for learning to freeboard? Top tip?
Keep trying, never give up.
Which is perfect advice for the kind of people that want to sell their board shortly after trying it. Sydney Gardens was a fantastic first spot, and it was great to see a new member to the Freeboard UK family. His name is Anton and he runs a YouTube channel called Summerboard Silver Surfer, so definitely check that out. He thoroughly enjoyed trying the freeboards out, so I hope to see him riding one of those in the months to come. Alright, so that is a lot of riding down this one spot. We're going to hit the streets and ride en masse with cars, so I'm pretty excited for this. So yeah, we're moving spots and hopefully the weather will be on our side this time, so who knows, let's see what we can get. Riding on roads is something that you kind of just have to get used to when riding a freeboard. At first it feels very scary because the freeboard is kind of sketchy enough as it is when you're a beginner, and so going on a road and having cars coming at you is even worse. But the thing is, once you're used to controlling your speed, the freeboard is a lot less scary to ride down roads because you can really control where you're going and how fast you're going at any given time. And let's not forget that the roads that have cars on them tend to be the ones that are best paved. And now something really satisfying in passing a car and then doing a nice little spin 360 afterwards. But after a couple of runs down this hill, we decided it was a little bit too busy for us, and so we moved on to the next one.
Nice.
The next spot didn't have any cars, so it was a good opportunity to try all kinds of tricks, including overslides, which is a trick that's fairly specific to freeboarding, where you in some sense ride backwards and only look slightly over your shoulders. The spot was only small, so we'd go down it and then walk back up, but it was still really enjoyable. And Alex had more problems with his slashes.
He did it. Oh, the slashes.
The slashes, yeah, how are you going to stop on them?
I'm slashing him.
And as it got to sunset, we did one last run, and Anton almost destroyed a car with the ship that is his Summerboard. This trip really did make it clear that Summerboards are not designed for downhill, and are best ridden on mostly flat ground, and especially not when it's wet as well. The closest ride to that would be riding with slashes.
I don't know how you're doing it with the slashes. You're mad, man.
Well, I'll tell you tomorrow when I wake up, because my legs are going to be fucking killing me.
With that, we were ready for day number 2.
Alright, so this is it. We are on the way for our next part. So day 2 of the event. Yesterday it was quite rainy and we were in Bath, and today we've decided to change a bit the plans. We were planning to ride in Bristol, but we're instead going to be going to Portishead, and we've even got a new rider to the crew. Brandon, it's your first event.
Oh yeah, I'm excited, it should be fun.
And we've got Alex here. How did you find day 1?
Oh, day 1 was awesome.
Not great weather really, but
No, that was definitely a bit of a drawback in the when we started. But it's always fun actually to ride on the wet, to be honest.
yeah, it's a different kind of beast. Like you're gonna change the pressure and stuff.
Yeah, I had to change wheels, all sorts.
You were on the slashes. There were some good moments though with the slashes.
Yeah, definitely wasn't the best choice.
They might be the worst freeboard wheels for wet rain weather, but you seem to do all right with them anyway. So
yeah, that's because I'm used on slashes. I actually learned on slashes, and actually I've ridden slashes on wet as well. So I'm kind of familiar, and I know what to expect. You know that the board is gonna be almost like snowboarding on ice. But yeah, luckily people do bring all sorts of spare gear and boards. So Matt gave me a set of special rain
they're like 4x4 wheels for the freeboard.
Yeah.
Massive.
So that was a very good improvement, I think, in traction.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what we can get for day 2 of the event. Let's go. All right, so we've arrived at our spot for the day. I have never been here before, so I'm very excited to hit some of these spots, and we'll see what the Freeboard UK events are all about.
We had the chance to warm up with the ocean views, and the road was incredibly steep. It was a fairly relaxed riding day, but I did try to pick up some speed by bombing it down the really steep part. It's always funny to see how the freeboard literally glides on the ground. It's quite amazing, and I think I speak for all freeboarders when I say that I'm very grateful that this kind of board exists. We walked to the very top of the hill in order to do a drop-in together, and I tried to mix in as much freestyle as I could for the drop. Hopping around pavements like this on the freeboard is probably my favourite aspect of the sport. It really does make you feel like a ninja, and I really hope that as I get more practice I'll be able to do it at higher and higher speeds. It really is something exhilarating, and it's even better done with friends as well. So this drop was thoroughly enjoyable. And a massive thanks to Ollie, whose finger paid the price for catching this run on camera. As one last challenge for the event, we went to an incredibly steep and narrow path to see if we could get down it. It really can be deceptive when you watch videos of these kinds of hills, because they are so much steeper in person than they look on video. There were two clear standouts here. One of them was Jay, who seemed to bomb down it like it was nothing. The other was Ollie, who went down it completely hookless, which if you freeboard, you'll know is absolutely insane. I hope that the title's clear in that freeboarding really does provide a way of having snowboarding without bounds, and it really doesn't matter which country you're from, because there will be local events to you. The worldwide crews have been incredibly welcoming, whether it's Greece, Switzerland, France, Germany, or England. You really do have to see it to believe it, but the freeboard spirit is unlike anything I'd seen before. If you enjoyed the video, then definitely stick around and find out more about freeboarding. You will not regret it. And for those of you that are regulars here, the Easy Riders channel is officially a YouTube partner channel, and I've just launched the community page, which thanks to the permission of Freeboard, means that you'll get an awesome Freeboard badge next to your name if ever you comment on the videos. Community members will have access to an Easy Riders Discord channel where you can send me clips to review in my next videos. Your support will help me keep spreading the word of Freeboard and hopefully get more riders shredding in 2024. But most importantly, I hope you enjoyed the video and have a good one.